We will move to item 14, Community Development Block Grant Program 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan. This is presented by Dave Vaughn, our city manager.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. The item before you tonight is in regards to conducting a public hearing to receive comments on the 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan. And second, consider for adoption a resolution approving the authority to staff to submit the required documentation to the Department of Housing and Urban Development on the proposed 2020-2021 Annual Action Plan, which allocates $641,102 in community block grant funding. Also, if there are any questions, we do have Mr. Moody on the phone, live from vacation, and we have our city attorney who can happily answer. Look at that, Ben's going to go live for me. I promise I won't mess this up too bad, Ben, I promise. So background, the city is an entitlement jurisdiction receiving annual federal formula grant funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The purpose of the CDBG funds is to provide a decent housing and suitable living environment and expand economic opportunities primarily for low and moderate income persons. CDBG objectives benefit low and moderate income persons, aid in the prevention or elimination of slum or blight, meet or need particular urgencies to alleviate emergency conditions. Yuba City income limits, CDBG definitions of low and moderate income. Low income less than or equal to 50% of the area median income, AMI. Moderate income less than or equal to 80% of the AMI. For Sutter County, AMI is defined as $75,000 per four-person household. Low-income households of four is $37,500. Moderate income households of four is $60,000. As mentioned earlier, the city will receive $641,102 for the 2021-2022 CDBG program year. In accordance with the HUD regulations, a maximum of 20% of funds is allowed to be allocated to the program administration. Our plan proposes 15% for the 21-22 plan. Maximum of 15% of the funds may be allocated to the public services, such as homeless-related services. Required to direct a minimum of 75% of the funding to low, moderate income persons and households. Funding is spent within the program year per federal guidelines. Current timeline, submit the application for HUD within 45 days of the approval window. Last day to submit HUD application after review of the local HUD rep is August 16th. The action plan should be completed by the city and sent to the HUD rep no later than August 1st. Receive agreement from the HUD and funding. Staff administers the program to meet the June 30th, 2022 expenditure deadline and gathers reports for sub-recipients. Staff begins the process for next year's program mid-January to start accepting applications in February. Recommended allocations for this year include program administration of 15%, monies to Sutter Yuba Homeless Consortium, monies to fund a second homeless service officer, homeless liaison officer for the Yuba City Police Department, monies to Habitat for Humanity for housing preservation program, monies to the Freed Center to Independent Living and Home Repairs and Modifications, City of Yuba City Owner Occupied Housing Rehabilitation Program, and the City of Yuba City ADA Sidewalk and Public Facility Improvements. In addition, recommended transfers. Transfer $50,000 to owner-occupied housing rehab program to bring the total to $143,772,000. Again, recommendations: conduct a public hearing to receive comments on the city's CDBG 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan, and after consideration, adopt a resolution approving the proposed CDBG 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan and authorize staff to submit the required documents to the Department of Housing and Urban Development for processing. Questions?
Questions from the council? Okay. Any comments from the public on this item?
No public comment.
Okay. The public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant CDBG Program 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan is now open. If there are any members of the public who would like to address the council on this issue, please provide your statement via public comment. State your name and address for our record. Any comments from the public during this public hearing?
No public comment.
All right. Hearing no further comment on this issue, I'm closing the public hearing and bringing the matter back to the council. The item before us now is the adoption of the resolution approving the proposed CDBG 2021-2022 Annual Action Plan, authorizing staff to submit the required documents to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, for processing.
Through the mayor,
Yes.
move to adopt the resolution approving the proposed CDBG 21-22 Annual Action Plan, authorize the staff to submit the required documents to HUD for processing.
I second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Harris.
Okay. Have a motion and a second for item B. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Item 14B. All right.
Through the mayor, I just want to thank Ben Moody and his team and for also working with you along on the project. I think that we have all the things that our council has requested to improve in the process was implemented and done well this year. And you can see by the differences in the projects and how one of them is specifically the city of Yuba City, the owner-occupied housing rehabilitation program. That is something that we're really, pleased to bring forward in our community. So I'm really happy with how this worked out this year. So thanks, Ben, and to your team, and to our city manager. He did okay in the presentation up there. You pulled it through.
No, thank you. I have a big IOU for that one, and I appreciate the ad hoc's work that really kind of worked out the specifics behind the scenes. So thank you, and I'll catch up with you later.
And just for me, Councilwoman Espandola said it. I'm just going to echo it. Thank you, and I really appreciate the outreach effort to the community. I know that that's been a topic for us all along, is to make sure that everyone that has a possibility of participating is made aware. So thank you.
Yeah, and we definitely going to standardize that approach and then keep pushing for next year. So,
All right. Thank you.